If your Google search history looks anything like this, then we need to have a chat. So let me set the scene. You've been working hard all week. You've been counting down to the weekend. You can't wait to have some time to rest and relax and maybe get some stuff done. But then the weekend comes around, and on Sunday, you start getting these uncomfortable feelings. You start feeling a bit anxious. Maybe you're feeling a sense of dread about the week ahead. Maybe you're feeling regretful and down about the fact that you've wasted your weekend bed rotting. And maybe you're just feeling totally overwhelmed by your to-do list. Welcome to the Sunday Scaries. If we haven't met before, I'm Dr. Sarah. I'm a burnout coach and a former emergency medicine doctor. So in this video, I'm going to be talking through what the Sunday Scaries is, what makes it more likely that you're going to get the Sunday Scaries, and what you can do about it, how we can stop this feeling, how we can stop this being our norm every single week. This used to be me. I was the person who was crying every Sunday, feeling anxious. I often had panic attacks, and it took away my enjoyment from the weekend. It meant that I just spent the weekend feeling rubbish and actually would go into Monday feeling more tired and more stressed than I'd felt on Friday. So it felt like this constant cycle of like things getting worse for me. I'm going to teach you how to break that cycle, how to get over the Sunday scaries, and how to feel better on a Sunday. And if you're sitting there thinking, this is me, I need this video, then leave a comment down below because it will tell YouTube that this kind of content is valuable for you and you'll see more of it. So let's start with what is the Sunday scaries. People also call it Sunday dread or the Sunday blues. There are two main parts to the Sunday scaries. Number one, feeling sad that the weekend is over. And number two, feeling a sense of dread or anxiety about the week ahead. And before we get stuck in properly, I'd like to say a big thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video. I've worked with Aura on a couple of previous videos and I've had messages from you guys saying how much you love it. So I can't wait to tell you about it, but we'll come back to them shortly. So let's talk about these two things. Number one, feeling sad that the weekend is over. And number two, feeling scared, stressed, anxious, dread about the week ahead. Both of these things have a common theme of not being in the present moment. When you feel sad that the weekend's over, how is it that it's already Sunday evening and I've wasted all of this time? And when you're thinking to the week ahead and feeling whatever you're feeling about that week, you're not allowing yourself to be in the present moment. I always used to have this feeling that I've disappointed myself and I'd wasted the weekend. I remember thinking to myself, I've waited for this all week and this is what I've done with it. I've bed rotted, or I've spent the whole weekend doing chores, or I've not been productive. Basically just guilting myself about not having an amazing weekend. So if you're feeling like that, you're not alone. It's very, very common. Loads of my coaching clients talk about feeling the same as well. So the biggest thing that's going to help you with this is bringing yourself back into the present moment. Now, I'm going to share a few things that are going to be super helpful for you with this. If you feel like you need a bit of extra help getting back into that present moment, I know that could be really hard sometimes when your brain is just spinning and you're stuck in that feeling of stress. And I have just the thing for you. Aura is an all-in-one app that's based around mindfulness and meditation. It's designed especially to help you overcome stress and to maintain your mental well-being. Now, I've been using Aura for about 3 months now, and as a new user, let me just tell you, it is so simple and easy to get set up. You just download the app, answer a few simple questions, and then you can start listening to meditations, CBT, guided breath work, and listen to preachers. So this is absolutely perfect for those Sundays where you need a little bit of extra help to feel calm and de-stress and get yourself back into that present moment. One of the things I struggled with when I was burnt out, as well as the Sunday scaries, was insomnia. I would struggle to get to sleep. I would wake up in the night. I would be tossing and turning, overthinking things, replaying events from the day before, worrying about the week ahead. And I wish that I had had Aura at those times, because I've listened to so many of the guided meditations and the sleep sounds, and they are so soothing. If you're somebody who struggles with your sleep, I would really recommend downloading Aura. And whether you're brand new to meditation or you're really experienced in it, Aura has a really wide variety, a big library of things that you can listen to. But one thing that's really cool about this app is that it's so highly personalized, and I love this aspect of it. Aura curates content specifically for you. Right from when you first set up your account, it's all tailored to you. So you don't have to spend ages scrolling, and you'll always be able to find something to listen to. We don't need any more decision fatigue, especially on a Sunday when you're feeling stressed. I'm very pleased to let you know that I've partnered with Aura, and they are gifting you an exclusive 25% off when you use my link in the description box below. And that is valid for the first 500 people that sign up. Now, I'm not saying this to brag, but I do get contacted by brands on an almost daily basis. And I only ever work with brands that I really love and feel really comfortable sharing with you guys, knowing that you're going to get a lot out of it. And Aura is absolutely one of these brands. I've had coaching clients and people in my DMs telling me that Aura has become their favorite app. And I know that quite a lot of you have signed up from my recommendation. So I hope you're enjoying it, and leave me a comment down below if you do decide to sign up, because I love hearing how you're getting on with the things I recommend. And thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. So let me share some mindset shifts that are going to help you with that feeling of dread about the week ahead, or that feeling like you've wasted your week. These are the kinds of things that I discuss with my coaching clients. So imagine that you and I are sitting together having a coaching session now. These are the kinds of things that we would be talking about. So the first thing is that when you're thinking about the week ahead and you're dreading it and you're thinking, I'm so overwhelmed, how am I going to cope with what I've got on next week and I have so much to do, you're pre-stressing, you're worrying about the idea of future you not being able to handle what's coming up for you. What you want to work on is trusting yourself. If you haven't watched my video about building your confidence, go ahead and watch that. In that video, we talk about how confidence is really trusting yourself. And that's going to be a super helpful video for you. So go back through in your mind and think about all the difficult weeks you've had and how you've managed to get through them all. And remind yourself that if you've done those difficult things, you've got through every difficult shift, you've got through every difficult week, you can get through the week ahead. Trust in the future version of yourself to deal with any challenges that are thrown your way in the next week. Mindset shift number 2, this is the one that really used to help me, is reminding myself to come back to the present moment and tell myself it is Sunday, I am off work, I am at home or wherever you are, and I can relax. Really just bringing yourself back into the moment. I like to play with the idea of time and think about how I'll feel in a few days' time or how I feel in the present moment. It's a Sunday, I'm at home, I'm chilling out. I like to think of future me, say on Wednesday, and imagine what Wednesday's version of me would say to Sunday's version of me. Wednesday's version of me would say, girl, you're off work. You're at home. Enjoy it. Why are you stressing? I'm fine. I'm at work. I can handle it. Enjoy your Sunday. Relax and rest. So bring yourself back into the moment and allow yourself to enjoy that Sunday feeling. Mindset shift number 3 is to remind yourself that Monday isn't a punishment. There is nothing to say that everything is going to be terrible next week and that everything has to be stressful in the week ahead. Monday is a fresh start. Next week might be amazing. So stop trying to predict the future and telling yourself that it's going to be terrible, when in fact it might actually be an amazing week. The more I used to tell myself that next week's going to be awful and terrible and dreadful, the more likely that was to come true. I started telling myself that next week's going to be amazing, next week's going to be full of opportunities, I'm going to have brilliant conversations, I'm going to learn something new next week. As I started telling myself that when I was burnt out, things started to improve. I started to raise my energy and my weeks naturally did get better. Mindset shift number 4 is to plan for the week ahead, but don't obsess over it. It's helpful to do a little bit of planning for the week ahead, like meal prepping, some breakfasts or some lunches, getting your to-do list ready. But if you spend your entire weekend planning and prepping for the week ahead, then you're really living in the future and not actually enjoying the moment. So yes, by all means, go ahead and do some prep, but limit that to just a couple of hours at most and spend the rest of your weekend enjoying yourself. Mindset shift number 5 is I give myself permission to relax. This was another one that was so helpful for me, and I share this with my coaching clients all the time. How many of us go through the motions of doing nice things, relaxing, resting, but we're actually not mentally switched off? We're distracted. Our brain is still in work mode. So telling yourself, I give myself permission to switch off, I give myself permission to relax, is a really nice way of signaling to your brain that it's okay to rest and relax. I used to do this by coming home and having a bit of a decompression routine when I finished work for the week. And when I had my shower after work, I would imagine the week washing off me, the stresses of the week, and imagine myself taking off my doctor identity and then becoming the version of me that is at home Sarah. And I have a whole free masterclass about this called Switch Off. So if you want the link to that, I'll leave it in the description box below. And in that masterclass, I take you through my 4D strategy to switch off from work and stop overthinking about it all the time. So if you're struggling with overthinking about work a lot, that's going to be a really useful resource for you, and it's totally free. And the next mindset shift is to help you with overcoming that sense of urgency that you might be feeling and that feeling of running out of time in the weekend, is to change how you're thinking about the time. So if you're anything like I was when I used to go through the Sunday scaries every week, I used to look at the time and get stressed. So say it's like 10 a.m. on a Sunday, I would look at the time and be like, how is it already 10 a.m.? I've wasted most of the morning. Or same again at 3 p.m. How is it 3 p.m.? I've wasted most of the day. And any time I would look at the time, I would be shocked. This is not a healthy way to think about your day. You're creating a sense of urgency within yourself. The words that you say to yourself about your experiences matter. So change how you're talking to yourself about the time if you experience this sense of urgency that I used to feel. Whenever you look at the time, practice saying to yourself out loud or in your own head, it's only, and then say the time. It's only 3 p.m. Oh, wow, I've got the whole afternoon ahead of myself, the whole evening ahead. It's only 8 p.m. Fantastic. I've got the whole of the rest of the night ahead. That way, you just feel a bit more calm, a bit safer. And honestly, it seems like a really tiny thing, and it is, but it makes a massive difference. You're giving yourself this feeling of slowness and calmness and a feeling like you have more time. In a 2021 study, researchers looked at 249 participants and what their weekend plans were and the impact that had on their work-related well-being. And they found that there were 5 main activities that improved people's sense of well-being. And then there were some activities that decreased their sense of well-being. The activity that decreased their sense of well-being the most was engaging in work-related activities whilst off work. So checking work emails, doing work admin. And the 5 activities that increased people's well-being were activities that allow you to physically and mentally detach from work, turning off your work phone, turning off notifications on work emails. The second was relaxation. Now, this looks different for different participants. For some people, this could be drawing, knitting, gardening, getting out in nature. For other people, it could be extreme sports. You get to define what relaxation looks like for you. The third activity is related to what they called mastery, taking part in activities that you're good at, taking part in activities that you're improving your own skills in. This could be things like cooking, sports, crafts. One of the things about burnout is that it can make you feel like you're lacking in confidence, lacking in skills, even if objectively you're doing pretty well. And so this is a really important thing to mention. If you're feeling a bit burnt out from work, try to find an activity that you can do outside of work that allows you to have this sense of achievement, allows you to feel capable. The next category was control. Participants who engaged in activities that gave them a sense of control improved their sense of well-being. So these can be activities like organizing a dinner party or planning the details for a weekend trip, reorganizing a space in your home. But this is another thing about burnout. It gives you this feeling of lack of control. You feel like your life is being controlled by external circumstances. You don't have much control over what's happening. And so giving yourself this feeling of purpose and control outside of work can really help you with recovery, help you to decrease that sense of dread about the week ahead when you've got the Sunday scaries. And the final category was to do with what they called relatedness. So this is about connection and helping you to recover from your work week. One of the things about the Sunday scaries and burnout in general is that you can feel quite isolated, and it can make you want to shut away because you're stressed, you're overwhelmed. You want to just hide away in your bed. But it's so helpful to have that connection with people and to put yourself in positions where you're not isolated. That is going to help you recover from the Sunday scaries and help you recover from burnout. So if you think about that study and think about the effect that people had from having those kind of activities in their weekend, it's very easy to see what we should do to avoid the Sunday scaries. We should be planning activities that include seeing people, connecting with people. We should be doing activities that give us a sense of control and meaning, things that make us feel capable and effective, activities that bring us joy and make us feel relaxed. So one of the ways to get over the Sunday scaries is to plan fun things. One of the things that really helped me was trying to make sure I had one fun activity planned, some prep and plan for the week ahead, and then the rest of my time relaxation, giving myself that guilt-free time to unwind and decompress. That way I could prep and plan and get all my chores done. I could have some fun and connect with people. but then I could have some time to unwind. I've got into a really nice routine these days where on a Sunday I do my hair oiling, I'm going about the house, doing a few jobs. Then I have a nice shower, wash it out, and on a Sunday evening, I get a really early night so that I go into the week feeling really fresh, really ready for the week ahead. And I know that my meal prep's done and the house is clean, everything feels really good. If you're getting the Sunday scaries on a regular basis, it might be worth seeking some professional help, either from a therapist or a coach or seeing your own doctor. It's worth thinking about whether there's something deeper going on. Are you struggling with burnout? Are you feeling misaligned with your life, your work, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis? Do you have some unmet needs? I know for me, when I was going through it and I had the Sunday scaries every week, I definitely had unmet needs. I wasn't allowing myself to rest and recover as I should, and I wasn't fueling myself effectively. I wasn't looking after myself in the best possible way. And once I started really addressing those things and looking after myself really well, the Sunday scaries eventually melted away, along with a lot of other techniques. And if you're sitting there watching my video and thinking, Sarah, I need your help, I have a program, a 5-week coaching program called Breakthrough Burnout. I'll link it down below for you. And this program is designed specifically for people like you who are struggling with the Sunday scaries, feeling stressed a lot of the time. And this program gives you all the coaching tools to help you get out of that position and get you to a place where you feel energized. You spend your weekends enjoying yourself. You're not dreading the week ahead. You look at your calendar and you feel a sense of peace and calm because you're doing the things you actually want to be doing. So if that sounds like something that you want, then I'll leave the link for that down below. And go ahead and check out the link for Aura as well. I'll leave that down in the description box below too. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you've watched all the way through, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you've got the notifications turned on for my channel so you don't miss a thing. Let me know in the comments below if this video has been helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.